In the top left-hand side, this triumphant Song Gaming showdown. Two teammates meeting each other. Blue Zerg up the left is Solar. Taking on the bottom right-hand side, red Terran player, TY. TY is going to break all of our dreams of this being an epic series by proxy raxing, not just with one SCV, but with SCV number 2 and soon number 3. God damn it, TY. Why can't you just give us the epic late game TvZ we all want? This is our tournament. We should be able to demand it. No, I mean, opening up 3 racks, I like it as well. Look at where Overlord's a solo going. It's really positioned well to outsmart Overlord positioning from solo here. As you see, the few racks is dropping down from TY on the left, so getting this going. I mean, again, Solo's obviously completely blind to this. Racks on this map usually go here, they usually go here, and Solo doesn't see any of that. So, yeah, this is going to be pretty rough for Solo to hold in the early stages. This proxy 3 racks going to be looking pretty good, it seems. There's Marines coming out. The thing is, because Solo's not going to see this for so long, you can wait quite a while before you actually end up bringing these Marines forward. So you're going to have like a real force showing up. Even better if you wait until like the spawning pool finishes, then you can go for like the... You can basically go for like the couple of queens, etc. You can basically wait until like the drones have been made instead of like the lings. And that can help too, but obviously the longer you wait, the more there is from the Zerg as well. So Solar is going to go forwards now. Or, sorry, TY is going to go forwards now. Solar does start 4 lings and 2 queens. First bunker starting up. First Marine, second Marine already coming in here to defend this. Want to try and get some damage on these drones. He actually could have got this Overlord kill if he wanted to. Because the drone's just going to try and out DPS the bunker. Forces a cancel. Cost him 3 drones so far. New bunker will start. It's the Marine count here that's going to be very scary. There's no queens for a little while, so this is really prime time for the Marines to get some damage done. Spine Crawler taking a lot more damage again. Another ling or 2 going down. Extra ling still popping out. Wow, Solar's just going to type out GG, losing way too much. And TY will take game number 1 of this best of 3. In the bottom right-hand side, we do have our blue Zerg down a map from the proxy 3 racks. It is Solar. And the top left, our red Terran player is TY. Getting this started up. Seeing what's going to happen. See what TY wants to do in this second game. He's not sending SCVs across the map, so we might see something a little bit more macro-focused. Definitely a good map for playing a bit of a longer game on. As we set this up, refinery dropping down and getting this ready to go, as we do have the hatchery dropping in on the natural expansion as well. So Solo getting that set up and rolling. Just going to be seeing the Overlord coming across and heading up in towards the upper left-hand side. So yeah, hatch gas, soon to be a spawning pool coming in as well. You just see a couple drones on the way out. Nothing really too crazy. Wardy, please post more free-for-alls. I'm definitely going to do another one from that group of players. I'm going to do it next week. I think maybe Wednesday again. It was really sick, though. Where is the video? It's literally on my YouTube channel, guys. It's the most recent upload on my YouTube. If you type !YT, you'll get the link straight to it. So it honestly was awesome, though. Like, it was freaking great. It was wild. All right, SCV coming up here and having a little bit of a look around. We do see the hatchery dropping in from Solo over to the left. So getting that up and running. It's going to be seeing the SCV coming back towards the upper left-hand side. We do have a third hatchery dropping into place, so really just more standard macro opener this time around. And Reaper already across the map. Actually, sorry, picked up a couple of link kills. As I just typed in the chat about the 3 racks in the last game. So Reaper gets a couple of kills. Just going to be seeing the link speed coming up and Solar building up into this next stage. Jumping up, jumping down, looking all around. I'm gonna see a creep jammer dropping down here is gonna get popped and taken down pretty quickly as well, so that'll fall. And again, just gonna be seeing the Zergling speed about halfway done for the moment, so link speed coming through. Man, I love that they managed to host the last game, which was 2.5 minutes long on WCS Game Hot mod, and they aren't gonna host this game, which is probably gonna be a lot longer on it. Triggered. Triggered. Starport setting up. As you do see the command center number 3 getting ready to roll. So pretty fast 30cc this time around from TY. Pretty much the fastest you get. And just going to go Hellion Liberator into bio beyond this as well. So nice passive stuff from TY as we get this going in the early stages. Reaper and a couple of Hellions fighting against this Queen. So Queen's getting pushed back a little bit. And we've seen Stimpack starting up as well. Hellions able to pick off that Zergling as it runs on by. Again, Queen's coming through, pushing the Reaper and the Hellions away. Up through the center of the map against Stimpack coming in from TY. And that Bane Nest dropping down from Solar as well here in the natural expansion. So just getting that up and running as well. Hellions and the Liberator down the right. Going to see a Ling from Solar up the right side as well. Just going to see a few Queens pressing into the middle. Really is quite passive. I mean, Solar knows it's bio, so he's going into the Bane Nest, getting the lair up. We'll see what he does with the lair. I mean, Bane speed initially. There's going to be later upgrades from Solar, but TY's upgrades aren't too fast either, so Solar shouldn't be too far behind at all. He might get a bit behind if these Hellions just roast up the drones. A lot of these Zerglings now trying to pull back into this, and again, these Hellions doing a pretty good job of picking off a lot of this. So a lot of Lings going down at the moment. As you do see these Queens coming in from the right side, able to push the Hellions back out over to the left, so those Hellions get pushed away. Engineering base from TY dropping into the natural expansion. Going to be starting +1 attack and +1 armor. As the Marines come to the right and dealing some damage as well. A couple of extra racks setting up. 5 racks here in total. Factory morphing in, moving on towards the tech lab. Starport with a couple of medevacs being built as well. Yeah, pretty much everything you expect. I'm not gonna lie, these upgrades are actually way later than I thought they would be. I was expecting the third season, the WVO any second when I was talking about it, but this is actually a lot longer to set up than I thought it would be. So that's kind of a little bit surprising here. There's a few Hellions just hanging around on the right. Medevacs from TY gonna load up and take them medevacs blah blah. Really can't talk this game, can I? Take these Marines down the map. So Marines gonna go down the map in the medevacs. Across they go. Look to see where they can go. Look to see what they can do. Starting to unload out on the left side. A few Queens coming over and a lot of creep out in the center as well. Marines looking like they maybe want to stem in towards this here. Lings and Banes coming through. A couple of Queens gonna transfuse each other up. Again, the Ling Bane army trying to find a way to wrap around, trying to find a way to kill this group of Marines. It's all going to get this Overlord to the side, and that's going to go down. And TY going to pull this back a little bit. I mean, the fact he's got 1-1 for such a long time over Solar is going to be big for him. Rallying down the left side. Terrans are doing this more and more where they just give up the idea of a creep in the middle of the map altogether. Just like, you know what, why fight it? It just gets replaced. They just find that one position that doesn't get creeped up as much initially because of its position anyways. And they just fight from there. And that's exactly what Solo's basically doing right now. Sorry, TY is basically doing right now as Solo is coming around the left side. Hellions get surrounded here by these Zerglings, so they are going to get dropped. The Marines pressing forwards. Hatchery took a lot of damage here, but will not commit forward. Going to pull away, and off creep, of course, you can split quite nicely in all of this. Tanks getting rid of a lot of the initial Banes, and now the Marines. I mean, this is still 1-1 against 0-0. Still doing quite well, kiting away, target firing down some Banes as well. The last few Marines will go down. TY with a big trade out there. Was it enough to kind of be worthwhile? I think so. I think so, man. I can't believe how late 1-1 is from Solar, because now 2-2 is already well underway for TY. Those upgrades are definitely lacking from where they should be. Absolutely lacking from where they should be at the moment. We're going to be seeing some of these Marines moving out to the right-hand side. A couple of the barracks dropping down between the natural and the third base as well. A few more mutas being built. 1-1 melee upgrades coming in. +1 flyer attacks about to finish. Mutalisks trying to make their way up in towards the natural expansion here and trying to get a little bit of something done. Not too successful overall. Just going to see the Queens dropping down some creep tumors. And Solo trying to establish this 5th base, so we just have to back away. I mean, obviously now some Thors on the way out, trying to increase that kind of ability to fight the Mutalisks a little bit. Obviously, it was siege tank production initially, so the factory was already on top of the tech lab. Now you've got a second factory up. I imagine that second factory is getting a reactor on it. No, he's actually going to go double tech lab. Oh, wow. Interesting. I thought he would have gone reactor and then started drilling claws. I mean, maybe he would have already been going into drilling claws to do that. Oh, that's kind of crazy. As you do see the Mutalisks back down into the center. Marines and tanks setting up here, going to pick their way through these rocks on the left-hand side. So those will go down. This Ling Muta Force is going to go running up, and that's a nice pullback getting in towards the wall off there. Very well seen by TUI. Obviously has the sensor tower to help him spot stuff like that. He's going to take the 4th base on the left side of the map. This really leaves the push into the 3rd base so open. He's not even fully walling this off just yet. It's a really weird 4th base to take. He obviously wants to push forwards from this. I mean, the problem is, though, you defend this 4th base, your reinforcements already going to get cut off by even just the creep spread here. He's going to scan and try and push some of this creep back, take some of this solar control away from this top side of the map, which he absolutely needs to do. You can't just let Solar have creep this far forwards, otherwise this is going to be a very difficult game for TY to play at, overall. Ling Bane pulling back into the middle. The Mutalisk still hanging around over on the right, and a little bit more Ling Bane getting cleaned out here. So that's getting picked away at. Again, some more Banelings from Solar, morphing in on the side. These Mutalisks coming up the top side. A Sense Tower gets picked off. Thor fires away. I'm just going to be seeing Ling Bane still pressing forwards right now. Tanks starting to fire, and again, a lot of the Banes taking some damage there. Mutalisks here from Solar will go around the right-hand side now. Instead, look for a different opening. As you see, Solar going to move forwards. These Lings pressing in the bunker, taking quite a lot of damage. Here's going to fall. I mean, this is where this is where Solar should excel, right? Because TY is really just like on 2 really different positions of the map. And he's kind of making it work for the moment, but he has to really work for it. It's very tough. Solar obviously feeling very safe. TY has not done much for a while, so he gets the Ultras Cavern started alongside 3-3, Adrenal Glands. All those upgrades we know are so very important. Drones even transferring to the bottom left-hand base. I mean, that might be something that TY wants to focus on. You can see obviously Solar thinks this base is the priority of attack, which it absolutely is. Tell you what else about TY's army is still just tank heavy, so you've got to always make sure those tanks are protected from the Mutalisks. Can't let those tanks just be on their own, right? Otherwise this is disastrous. We see a couple of CCs trying to set up just as the Banes are rolling forwards. Some Bio already turning back around to go deal with this here. He needs to make sure he doesn't die off to the Banes, as we're going to be seeing the siege tanks coming through as well. Mutalisks continue to push on in. Missile turret's going to go up. Fire alarm telling us this is going to be the hottest game of the day. Forgot it was Thursday. It's been a while, as we do see Marines coming out and the Ling Bane pushed back down the bottom side of the map. A couple extra SCVs going down here as Solar ends up escaping way over to the right-hand side. And Mutalisk gets sniped down. A lot more Ling Bane still gathering up together. Army still pressing forwards for the moment. I see a couple of these drones getting picked away at here. Solo actually losing quite a few of these drones. Thor's still pressing in as well. Mutalisk from the right-hand side. I see a couple of Thors already being picked off, or picked up and brought back. Marines, a few of them unloading in the back of this mineral line here. Mutalisk will come through and they'll be able to snipe down the medevac. So that will be killed off here, as we do see again. Just Ling Bane on the left. Also getting ready to go. Chitinous Plating going to finish. +3 melee, +3 carapace. Also the Ghost Academy from TY setting up in between the natural and the third. Lings and Mutalisks make their way up to the tops here. Going to go for the surround on these couple of siege tanks. They're going to pick their way through this, and I'm getting a couple of tanks going down already. I mean, TY is just doing such a good job of keeping up the pressure, though. Like, he's also doing a good job of denying these run-bys. Like, they're never really been that substantial. Cancels 1 CC, but he has another already, and he kills off a bunch of the mutas in the process. Now with Ghosts coming out, TY's hitting that next stage of his tech. The thing is, eventually, TY, if he mines this base and then falls back to the right side a bit more, this game is only going to get easier for him to defend. Obviously, aggressively, he's not really ended up doing much, and that's why Solar is already building up a pretty substantial bank at the moment. Banes, Ultras getting set to go. Drilling Claw starting up, going to see the second Ghost Academy, so we're even going to see some nukes lining up here from TY. Rings. Continue to try and press on forwards. A little bit of Ling Bane Ultra out over to the right. Going to be seeing this Bioforce of TY coming in as well. Extra Zerglings go down. Couple of Banes picked up. Lifts up to the high ground as while the rest of this comes in. Bane's looking to try and blow up these SCVs, which get pulled away from it all. And quite a few workers going down all of this. We don't have the worker kill counter on. I've been a bit bad at showing you guys what's been dying. It's only 30 workers to 17 drones. It's not too bad. Resources lost overall is slightly favoring TY. If he keeps up this game, he's only going to get more efficient now he's getting these ghosts out. And is obviously getting himself up to base number 5, which is where he really needs to be to keep on trading against the army of Solar at the moment. Few ghosts coming out over the right side. The issue is here getting the snipes on the Ultras before the Banes kill you, and he does line up the shots. Now the snipe should come down. Ooh, one of the snipes gets cancelled. Trying to snipe again. He's losing a ghost or two. These Ultras definitely causing some trouble. On the left side, the Ultras are going to break through this planetary fortress. So actually TY just gets swept as we're watching that little army in the top right. So he loses this left side position. And he actually loses a lot of supply from it as well. Suddenly resources lost is still actually pretty even. Just Solar had the bank to rebuild right away and TY hasn't. So TY, I mean, that was, it's another 10 workers or so dropping here. He's going to lose the Ultras. I tell you what, there's not a lot of Banes at the moment. They are morphing in, so they're going to be here in a moment or two. These Ghosts thinking about what they want to do. I tell you what, it's kind of interesting. These Ghosts don't have much to really target. They're going to snipe down one Ultra here, but then the Banes coming in. These Ghosts might want to just lift up and get out of there. A few Widow Mines trying to go off, but Solar just has the numbers. Ready to keep on pushing towards the upper left-hand side. Bit more bios starting to set up here in the center. 5th base building from TY as well. Seven bases across the board from Solar. He has every base he needs. TY. 53 workers is kind of the issue. It's why he's not able to rebuild up here very quickly, considering how things are going. I mean, Solar's still on a pretty low-tech pump, right? I mean, yeah, there's Ultras and Corruptors here, but that's kind of just it, right? There's no Infestors, there's no Spellcasters, right? There's nothing to really take it up to the next level. These Ghosts are looking for some snipes, and they will line up to kill one Ultra pretty quick, but now they're going to take Baneling damage. 4 Ghosts go down. TY's had enough. He's just going to type out GG, and Solar takes game 2 to tie this series up 1-1. Again, in the upper left-hand side, our blue Zerg is going to be TSG's Solar. In the bottom right, our red Darren, also from TSG, TY, who just kind of like, it was an intriguing way of playing it, but did in the end just get a little bit too far out of control, and suddenly Solar just kind of sweeps the game from there. Oh, let's get this ready to roll. Game 3 of the series. Wardy, did you get a haircut? You know, I really love this question because it really makes me think, like, what do you guys think happened? Do you think, like, I know I got attacked by a seagull yesterday. Do you think the seagull, like, pulled out all my hair? Do you think I just, like, all fell out overnight? Like, my hair looks significantly different, and I would say the odds are, yeah, I got a haircut. I'm just impressed with, you know, I kind of imagine, like, 1 or 2 people asking, but, like, a lot of people ask this question every time I get a haircut. Like, did you get a haircut? It's like, you look different. You look like you've got no hair anymore. So I'm just trying to confirm. I mean, I guess maybe people who don't watch the stream so much or don't pay as much attention to the screen and be like, oh, what's different? Yeah, Wardy got a haircut. Maybe we need an exclamation mark haircut command. Wardy last got a haircut 2 days ago. Next haircut, ETA, 2.5 months from now. Keep it updated so everyone just can keep up to date with when the next haircut's going to be. Ay. Thanks for the interest, I guess. Maybe I need to post my Instagram more. Hey guys, new haircut, hashtag looking fly. Maybe that's how I need to approach it. Reaper of TY. Coming out up to the upper left-hand side. Doing a little bit of damage here. Ling's taking some damage. Bring this across and going to be starting to nibble away at this third hatcher as well. Zergling speed starting from Solar in the main base, and the Reaper doesn't do too much this time around. 0 kills. On Nightshade, definitely a map where you have a lot more pushing potential as the Terran player, so you can definitely get a bit more aggressive in the earlier stages of the game. You can absolutely start to, you know, push forwards. This base is very pushable. This top side is very pushable too. This high ground location here is something the Terran can really just take over and run with. So we'll see what will happen as you do see this Reaper ends up pulling back away down this side, and just going to be having the couple of Queens able to throw down a couple of shots there already. Now Reaper and a couple of Hellions coming over there, going to try and do something. No Link speed yet in the game, so later Link speed from Solo this time around gives these Hellions access into the main. It's a very frustrating Evo Chamber to deal with. Oh my god, the drones then getting stuck from the Evo Chamber as well. 2 drones. You're looking for more than that realistically, though. You're looking for a lot more than that. Doesn't even get the Zerglings, which were lining up at the end. 2 more Hellions showing up, and maybe they can do something now, but the issue is, do you go into the main base and hit these drones which are low? Well, that takes damage, and, you know, if you try and fight on the natural, all those, you know, drones are still full HP again, so it's a little bit tough as we do see the Hellions pulling back down into the center of the map. Asking if you had a haircut is a common cultural question to ask, even if it's obvious. Didn't think about it like that. Good point. I guess because Twitch, that's not like common culture, I guess. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. I guess it's just very amplified when you like have like hundreds and hundreds of people coming into a stream, right? So a lot of people ask it, so maybe it just feels like way more. I realize it way more in this scenario because it's obviously way more than like anyone in my real life, you know, notices it, right? Like, you know, I don't go out the stream, people are like, oh, Wardy, you've had a haircut. I'm like, oh, yeah. But, you know, in the stream, it happens like every 15 minutes every time I get a haircut. So it's just more noticeable. Anyways, Banshee shows up, and TY going to be dealing some Cloak Banshee. He actually got an Armory as well, so he's going to go Hellbats here too. And this is kind of interesting because there is a Spore Crawl up, and that's exactly what you need in this position to help kind of defend these Hellbats. Just because the Hellbats and the Banshee together will pick away Queens very quick. TY realized the defense is properly set up here from Solar, so he's just going to have to pull back. No point wasting the Hellions. So that's an armory that doesn't really do much. I mean, the Banshee now going to find its second or third drone kill of the game, which also isn't really a lot just yet. So TY not doing crazy amounts of damage at all. This is just Banshee number 1, remember. Banshee number 2 out on the map, going to go around the left side. And the Hellion count's still good and can still just morph this into Hellions. I mean, Solar still doesn't have a Bane Nest, actually, so with extra Hellions here, maybe you can start going towards Hellbats. And maybe try and make something happen still. Banshee just going to try and park itself out of range of the spawn, not quite working out. That's a misplay. And TY didn't realize until just a moment too late. This Banshee's been parked here and got some damage, but now runs out of energy. We'll get a couple more drones. Yeah, that's kind of weird. It really felt like the Banshee here was going to get out of range and hold position, but it just wasn't shooting anything. So he moved a bit closer forwards. Again, just didn't realize it in time. Hellions, Raven setting up. The Raven's kind of a cool introduction as well. I don't see a Raven every time, but everyone who rallies for Terran to make a Raven every single game, no matter the matchup or the scenario, they'll be cheering in their houses right now, celebrating the building of a Raven. As we do see Solo just going to stick to Lingbane Muta, and well, TY just going to move out to a third base with drilling claws already on the way up, so very quickly into Widow Mines this time. Not a single siege tank built. A completely different style from TY compared to what we saw in Ephemeron. Just very different from very early on. Mule's going to drop down on the third base and just going to be seeing the Hellions going to morph into Hellbats again. I mean, combat shields 1-1 not here yet, which I imagine is what you're mostly looking to hit with here. Remember, you've also got this Raven, so you can A, clean Creep Tumors without scanning, and B, an anti-armor missile can get a lot done. Straight up cancel on the fourth base. Ling's going to counterattack in, and not a lot to deal with this Ling counter. So these SCVs immediately in trouble. Marines will stim over to help. Rest of the army coming back. So TY cancels a fourth base. Only loses 3 SCVs, which is nice. A Bane drop into the natural expansion. Is TY paying attention to deal with this? Missile turret getting set to build. As we do see these Banes starting to drop down. Missile turret cancelled. And that's going to be 11 workers as well. Nice Baneling drop here from Solar. It's a lot of damage done. On the left side, the Queen's able to pick off a Widow Mine. A fourth hatchery dropping down now as well. Rest of this bio army from TY still pushing up to the top of the map. With the Banshee and the Raven in play as well. I see an auto turret dropping down. A couple auto turrets dropping down and committing to this fight. He's actually going to deny the +1 Carapace. That'd be a huge upgrade to kill off, by the way. Carapace in Lingbane Muta is actually the more important upgrade than the melee upgrade. So it's a really huge pickup. As we do see Mutas in the main just turned away by the missile turret there. He's just going to pull back over the Widow Mines. How did that first one not hit any better? Maybe if he actually manually targeted into the center of those lings, but obviously that's so hard to do on the fly. As TY gets out of there. And the deny on the +1 Carapace really slows Solo down a bit. 2-2 starting just after +1 Carapace starts there. TY will have a big upgrade lead to work with here. As this army gathering up around the right side, Mutalisks out in the center. I think it's going to get around here to pick away at these rocks. So rocks taking a lot of damage, and again, just some Marines loading up into a medevac. Going to go out up the right, up to the top. As the rocks here will fall down. Solo just taking away something that TY might try and use. That position is always very powerful. TY is looking for some more damage. He stims in. He'll pick up some of these creep tumors. It's a nice Widow Mine shot lining up. Just gets a few of the lings. Fortunately, leaves a few Marines behind, but sometimes it happens. Marines try and target down a Mutalisk or so, and they get 1 or 2. I mean, not bad as the drop gets cleaned up in the upper right. TY will just push with 2-2, though, and that push is going to be deadly after losing, again, the Carapace upgrade. It's a big thing. Rest of this army moving out over the right-hand side. The Queen's coming forward. The Lingbane setting up. Some of these creep tumors coming down as well, so building up a lot of this out into the middle of the map. Scan will drop as the infestation pit from Solo comes down in the main base. Just going to be seeing the extra barracks coming through. This Overlord going to load up a few Banelings. Going to bring these forwards. Bane's dropping down. Not even into the mineral line. I mean, there's a missile turret here, right? And TY's seen this coming from a mile off, as we do see a couple of SCVs blown up. I mean, very minor damage, I suppose, for 4 banelings. Couple of SCVs going to go down as the Marines coming in towards the main. Mutas coming in towards the main. Marines able to fight that off. More Marines coming down the bottom. Again, +2 melee coming up on the Evo chamber on the right side. A lot of creep on the map again because TY really has sat back for now a little while. These Widow Mines are so dangerous, by the way. Like, if Solar flies into those, that would be really bad. And he sees one of them now, which is the Overseer. He sees one of them there for a moment, but that's about it. Ling's hitting the 4th base of TY as TY tries to get that in position, has to split away some of his units. The Baneling's connecting already. Zerglings keep on dropping that right now. So if more Zerglings getting cleaned out. 6 SCVs taken down. Solar back up the top side, +3 attack on the way on the Engineering Bay. A Hive about to finish from Solar in the main. This Medevac here dropping some Widow Mines, getting some drone kills. It's going to be able to get a few, actually. Nothing too crazy, though. Solar, I feel like it's one of the rare times you see a Zerg really properly defending a Widow Mine drop. Oftentimes, those Widow Mines drop in and they get so much done. Again, as the bio continues forwards, you're going to see a bit more creep spread being cleaned out. On the right side, these Marines unloading, going to go after those Zerglings as well. And there's Bio Army or TY pulling away down the left. And these Marines trying to fight against the Lings here, which are looking for a little bit of a wraparound. Mutalisks will commit in. The Medevac's cleaned up. But the Widow Mine shot picks off another few Zerglings. And again, still just seeing TY. Currently pressing forwards. A couple of extra Banes going down. And Widow Mines again starting to fire away. Ultras Cavern coming through too. It's a lot of Widow Mine connections. A lot of Banes. But at the same time, the Mutas hit the 3rd base. And the 3rd base orbital falls. And Solar is just getting a little bit too much done right now for TY to really keep up with. Just a little bit too much. As our bio units back through the middle of the map here. Splitting up, ready to fight this. The Ling Bane going to start rolling forwards. The bio spread out to try and fight. Can it be enough here from TY? His army supply is not bad. The Mutas are going down as they fly over a lot of the Marines on the right side. No healing for those Marines on the right side. So they're going to start dropping, however. And TY's army supply is going down. And TY types out GG. Has nothing to pull back to there. And Solar takes the series 2-1. Going to the semi.